Can you explain Nietzsche's general philosophy and some of his most famous ideas? He's really hard to comprehend. Nietzsche's general philosophy. I probably can't do that. I've been putting together, with my students here, I've been starting to plan a seminar on existentialism and which would focus a lot on Nietzsche and Dostoevsky. I think Nietzsche's so damn complicated that you can't really do that. I don't think you can explain Nietzsche's general philosophy. First of all, he wasn't really a systematizer. He was skeptical of systematizers. It's very difficult to distill someone who's not a systematizer into, a few general principles. And the thing is, with some of the greatest thinkers, you actually have to read what they wrote. You have to read the original writings, because the brilliance is encapsulated in the original writings, and they can't be condensed. So let's see, can I do any better than that? Can I explain Nietzsche's general philosophy? Truth serves life. That's a good one. And I guess we could unpack that a little bit. I mean, it's a good example of exactly why Nietzsche is so staggeringly brilliant. One of the things he presumes when he makes a statement like that is that a human being is in an existential situation that's characterized by the necessity of determining what he or she will actually accept as truth. You might say, well, truth is something you can prove, and that's how you know it's true. But unfortunately, it's not that simple, because you have to decide what criteria you're going to accept as proof. And there's an act of faith in that, and there's an inalienable forward. That argument seems to be lacking, and this is the famous is-ought conundrum that David Hume described. Is, okay, well, let's say that you use science to lay out a very detailed description of the nature of the objective world. Well, that still doesn't mean that you know how to act in that world. And that's a big problem. It might be a fundamental problem if the fundamental problem of people isn't what is the nature of the objective world, but how is it that you should conduct yourself while you're alive? Well, Nietzsche believed that the fundamental question was how you should conduct yourself while you're alive. How should you act? And I would say that's the fundamental question of meaning. And science can inform you, but it can't really solve that problem for you. And that's a problem. And then science also has